1920s because of all those crazy harmonies, like the three-part harmonies, the Boswell sisters, the way that works. Whenever I listen to that decade, I want to like dance, and it just brings me into a good place. So that's probably why. The 1920s, Hemingway, Fitzgerald, you know, all that. Probably...
Can be anything.
Let's see. Man. Oh, there's these things from Whole Foods called ginger snaps, and they are so good. Like, eat them all the time. They're good. Of ocean waves. You can probably hear it in my music. I actually have a song written that sounds kind of like ocean waves. Yep, they're soothing. When there's like lots and lots of industrial noise and like the guy is like, you know, whatever that's called, jackhammering, and like everything, all the construction going on, it's like too much noise. And then the ambulance goes by. Yeah, living in the city can be a little bit like that kind of thing. I much prefer nature sounds, probably. A lot of people inspire me, specifically creators, people that are creating in some way or form. You know, artists, painting, and poets. People following what they believe to be true. That's one thing. But also my family. Like, they were the first people that I grew up with who really, you know, shaped my worldview, and they always are inspiring me to write songs. Actually, when I was younger, there were 5 things that I wrote down that I wanted to be. One of them was an architect. Another one was Egyptologist. I really like Egypt and the history of all that. Another one was a teacher. And I think the first one I wanted to be was a doctor, actually. And I've been able to kind of integrate those in a way through songwriting, I feel like. There's like some, like things apply in some way, shape or form. Especially like the healing aspect of things. I study music therapy at Berkeley, and that kind of sometimes comes through in my shows. Yes. My little red chair. I don't have it with me, but I bring it to my merchandise table, and it's just this random little red chair that I found at a thrift store. And yeah, I just use it at my merch table. It's fun. Adrian Linker. She's a really good friend of mine. She's also from Minnesota originally, and her guitar playing and her voice are so magical and haunting and beautiful, and her songwriting. I'm always like amazed by what she does. A lot of piano recitals, you know, like classical music, but the first time I really performed my own music with a band was at International Music Camp up at the Peace Gardens between North Dakota and Canada. And I organized a band, like I was there for a week, and I organized a little band to play at the talent show on Wednesday. And we ended up being able to close the show. And there was one point, you know, right after the bridge, when it's like the highest point of the song, and everybody in the audience just stood up and was like clapping and like singing along, and everybody was united in that moment. And that was like when I was like, oh, that is so cool. The music brought them all together. It was really cool. I'd love to play the Ryman Auditorium in Nashville because of all the history there, and like how many just really important, beautiful people have spoken or played there. I just visited it over spring break, and it was like kind of moving to think about all these people that had been there, like Helen Keller to, you know, to like presidents and all these different people, plus Elvis and like musicians, and so that's one place. I'd also love to go somewhere like really like deep in the woods, kind of by a waterfall or something, and just sit there in nature and play and just be. Sometimes I do that, but like to really just do that for a while, that would be fun too. Yeah, alright.